Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened, as I said it would. People will be... Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. Make sure you pay your rent on this very video and smash a like on it for me. Please do subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. A lot has happened since I last spoke to you this morning. As I said, expected 2 centre midfielder signings today, and of course that has come to fruition, although not officially yet. The announcement hasn't come for Glenn Kamara, but I do believe it is moving closer, maybe 8 o'clock, hopefully, fingers crossed. And what about the fact that Leeds have had a bid rejected for Matt O'Reilly, £10 million. I've seen Jamie Dixon mention it on the White Rose Rivals stream. Wow, they seriously have got cash. And I will sit here, provided I can get myself one, with the 49ers jersey on, screaming, let's go Niners, tomorrow at 12 p.m. if the window goes as good as we expect. Maybe Kamara tomorrow. I hope not, because I want there to be a clear run at a left-back and a creative midfielder. Maybe, just maybe, we're not done yet, and more exciting things will happen, because according to everyone in the know, you know, we were going to get this midfielder, and that was probably it. Yeah. However, we've bid for Matt O'Reilly. 10 million bid has gone in. Obviously, apparently West Ham now are sniffing around Nonto. I don't know how true that is. Sinistera. Listen, Leeds want 35-40 million for him. So I don't see him leaving unless it's loan. I'm not too sure, though. I don't think a loan can be sanctioned. Hence why we had the legality issue, I believe. Yeah, live again, mate. Just Joe Harris working YouTuber in the game. Self-proclaimed, by the way. But if we can hit 1 million views by the end of this month, which is today, hopefully we can do it. I think we're about 13k off. I'll be gutted if we don't achieve it, you know. I'll be gutted, but I keep checking just every so often, just giving it a refresh, and I'm like, oh, so close. Oh, we're so close, please. I am going to aim to come back at around about 10 p.m, hopefully, to speak about Slobakken, who is the winger / second striker who could potentially play out in that 10 that we've been linked with from Roma. And we'll also be talking some more in depth on O'Reilly, who Leeds United have put a bid in for. So we'll wait and see. But for me, the main one is we need a left back. We need a left back. All the noises are Leeds aren't looking at one. I believe Luke Thomas's picture has been taken down off the wall of prospective signings that Leeds United could acquire, and no one else has replaced him yet. No one else has replaced him in that spot on the whiteboard at Ellen Road. Yeah. Slobakken has played there though, Jamie. You know, according to a number of people that watch the game much more than me, who have seen Slobakken. Yeah. Darren W says Sky Sports News transfer show just said this second ago, 10 million bid for O'Reilly rejected. We're not finished yet. Do we have the cash, or are we selling Cini or Nonto? I don't think we're selling Cini or Nonto. I would hope not, but maybe they might get an offer that's too good to refuse, at which point they will have to move on. Graham Smith just tweeted an article this is originally from two hours ago. He's saying getting Ilia Gruev signed, sealed and delivered was part of a 1-2 punch that aimed to knock out one of the remaining concerns about this squad, which is obviously depth in midfield. Gruev is to be followed through the door at Ellen Road by Glenn Kamara in order to complete a centre midfield foursome that should be more than capable of doing the job for Farke on a weekly basis. And if we're being realistic, it more than does that. It more than does that, doesn't it? At the end of the day, with the fact that we have 4 midfielders that are to the level of Archie Gray, Glenn Kamara, Ilia Gruev and Ethan Ampadu is amazing. You know, we can't get away from that fact. In this division, it's right up there. So we've been able to get them deals done. Will there be more? We'll have to wait and see. I think tomorrow is going to be heavily focused on who exits the football club. We know Ipswich hold an interest in Joffrey. I think Joffrey's agent's more so pushing him out, and clubs are ringing up and being told not yet. Maybe that's why we're looking at Slovakian, who could operate in that position that Joffrey has done. Make sure you pay your rent as well, please. Smash a like on the video if you haven't already. All Bob says, I saw Solbakken in both legs versus Celtic for Bodo Glimt, and he caught the eye. Looks like a right bargain if it was to be done. It's one to watch. A lot of people started to worry that potentially is it due to the fact that we might be losing personnel, but hopefully that isn't going to be the case. But just on Matt O'Reilly, as I said, Daniel Farke reportedly tried to bid for him. The thing is, we don't know when this bid's gone in, do we? They might have already moved on. They might have already moved on and gone and got Kamara and, of course, Ilia Gruev after that bid was rejected, and it's only making the press now. That's the thing that we have to think about. We don't know when the actual bid was rejected, but it's only coming out now. Obviously, they've got the UEFA Champions League. I don't know if have they qualified for the group stage. I think they have, yeah, because the group stage was drawn today, so they will be in there. So maybe he might not want to give, up that opportunity either. But at least we know Leeds ain't done yet. That's the most notable thing for me because we're not done yet. And listen, it's 7:45. I've got a sneaky suspicion we might get a Glenn Kamara announcement tonight, and then all the focus will be on what's available on the on deadline day. Will we get a loan? But listen, I listened to the Phil Hay podcast, and it seemed to be that they tried for Taylor, but basically had been told in no uncertain terms, really, that he's not available. But he isn't really getting much game time, is he? He's definitely not getting much game time. No, it's not a black eye, Stacey. It's just tiredness. It's just tiredness. Look, it happens to get like little scabs here, and yeah. But listen, we've only got, I don't know, 30 hours left this summer. 30 hours left. So let's hope we clock 1 million views. For the hard work that's been put in, not just by myself, but everyone else who's contributed throughout this month. It has to be said. I'm grateful to everyone for that, for the continued support that people continue to give. It means an awful lot to me, and I know those that are on the channel and contributors, and I know a lot of you go on over and check out their channels, etc. So it's all love from everyone that comes on the channel, especially from myself. Now, let's obviously have a little chat now about Ilia Gruev, who was announced earlier on. I would have done a reaction video almost instantly after it, but I dropped my kids off, and then when the bus that I got home, there was a crash. And we'd gone up this hill, and there was literally about 6 or 7 buses in a line that were all stuck there, fire engines, lot. So our bus driver, thankfully, we were in a small one, managed to spin it round and go totally opposite way. Otherwise, I'd have still been in that queue, I think. So that's why I was late. And then I thought, the White Rose Rivals has its spot, and it was really enjoyable just to get to chat about something outside of Leeds and not transfer windows. Best finding of the transfer window is Andrea, and of course Lockie as well. As Shadow says, make sure you pay your membership and smash a like on the video. Yes, exactly. Breaking news, Professor. So it sounds like it's pretty new, right? It sounds like that is pretty new to me, the fact that Leeds United have had a bid rejected. So it means that we're not done yet. That's the thing. We are not done yet. I will be taking a rest, Leeds United old school, but I really want to get that 1 million views. I can't lie to you, because I don't think I'll get close to achieving that in a month again. So it's like, while you're here, that's what I did when I originally did a half marathon, while I was training for a half marathon that never actually went ahead due to COVID. And then I've not done one since, but I'd clocked 10 miles and I was absolutely done. And I thought, it's only 3 miles. I was basically at walking pace, but I pushed through. And that's what I want to do with this, as I say, because we're so close. We're literally 13,000 views, which isn't unachievable really between now and midnight. So fingers crossed, folks, we can do that. But yeah, Professor, we aren't done. You know, we aren't done yet, and that's clear to me because we've already Kamara's done, right? We know Kamara's done, saving any late hiccups. Gruev is in, and then we've gone and put 10 million down for O'Reilly. Maybe Slobakken was an alternative to that, but they've tested Celtic's resolve. Could they go in again? Who knows? Yeah, who knows? Yeah, Daniel Bose says, I must say Parag's negotiating skills were certainly not exaggerated. They weren't, because he is this for a tweet, by the way, and this really does throw into just how bad last year was on the face of it. Because they said, shout out to Leeds Loco who actually tweeted this out, but when you see it, it genuinely will blow your socks off, people, just how poor it was last season. You might have seen the tweet, but just yeah, do it, Becky Osbulge. I love that. Do it, man. Just stat pad, Becky Osbulge. Stat pad. Saw on Twitter, Solbakken. I keep saying Slobakken. Solbakken. He's going to Olympiacos. Okay, big up to Tom. Thanks for the update on that. Leeds aren't spending 10 to 15 million. Maybe you're right. It seems to be 10 million and under seems to be the price with which we've been operating in. But look at this. 28.9 million spent on Ampadu, Darlow, Byram, Roden, Pirro, Spence, Gruev and Kamara, or one Brendan Aronson. How mad is that? Like, this shows, I know we're in the Premier League, but this shows for me how poor Victor Orta was in the end at his job. And I didn't see it for a long time because I'm a passion merchant and I loved what he was saying. But in isolation, some of these players are better. Just him on his own is better than Ampadu. You know? 28.9 million. One times Brendan Aronson. This is what I say. I say it with chest. That we have a better squad now than we did last season in the Premier League. This squad would have done a better job, and made a better stiff at staying up in the Premier League than this squad that we had last season. It is insane when you deep it like that. So props to Steinson, Nick Hammond, Angus Kinnear, and of course Parag Marath. Like, it's amazing, really. Only 67 likes, this 638 watching. I know I've only just been live, but if you could, please smash a like on the video and paying your rent. You did. Oh, so many people. Oh, Fab. Oh no, what's this? What we've seen from Fab. What's been tweeted? I've been tagged in it. Understand Burnley made a £20 million offer to Leeds United for Crysencio Somerville in the last 24 hours. Leeds rejected the offer out of hand. No chance, they said. No chance. Wow, there you go. So listen, it's gonna be one of them, innit? It's gonna be one of them that we're gonna be like, it's gonna be squeaky bum time. But I love the fact that Leeds United have said no chance. 20 million's a hell of a lot of money, for Crysencio Somerville. And Leeds United have said, no, get in the bin. I love that. They're not being taken for mugs. Look at that. Understand Burnley made a £20 million offer for Somerville in the last 24 hours, and Leeds said, no chance. That ain't no joke. That Leeds United have rejected that. I can't lie to you. I'm quite surprised because that is a hell of a lot of money. No one, Mikey MK has hit the nail on the head. Let's be real here. That the previous ownership would have accepted the money for Nonto, would have accepted that money for Somerville, because they look at it and they go, yo, that's a massive uptake on the money that we paid for him. How much did we pay for Chris Somerville? Let me have a look. Transfer marked. I'm just going to have a look. It was next to nothing, I suppose these are the wins for Victor Orta. Let me have a look. His current market value is 15 million. Leeds paid 1.5 million, 1.5 million. Big up Tom, by the way. Focus on Leeds. Tom, I love you, man. Make sure you check out Focus on Leeds. Thanks for watching, mate. That is insane. I was just battering Victor he was all right at getting youth. You have to say that. dare I say it, but he was all right in that respect. Because to pay 1.5 million, it means we're operating like a proper club. And it's amazing to see for me. You know, it's mad. How times have changed. It's a real positive for me. It's such a good positive that Leeds United have gone, poof, nah, no chance. 20 million. What gets you Somerville? This is why there's not a chance. If you're rejected out of hand 20 million for Somerville, what are you wanting for Cine? This is what I'm saying. So no club's getting Cine. No club's getting Cine for me. It's mad. Run properly now, it has to be, says. That's what I say. And I've been so... I've been so, like, scathing towards them. You know? It's mad that how... Yeah. We just... Sorry, I'm just tweeting at the same time, so you can tell I can't really multitask. Just give me 1 second while I put this. Because it's insane how, for me, it shows that we ain't a joke no more. Even under Radrazani, like this ownership with Rafinha and Calvin, we don't get bent over a barrel, because that's what happened with them deals, really. Especially when you see the likes that some of them went for, and I get, and we, you know, I'm bad for going, you know, I'm bad for trying to always see, you know, the light in things and going, oh no, maybe it was a good deal. I was still probably trying to defend the original mutins of the price for Nonto. But now when you think, Nonto's an international as well, by the way. Yeah, I've said it. Of course, Matt Oates. Listen, I said Somerville was no good, and he turned out to be the case. So of course, like, for me, I'm not afraid to change my opinion. If I'm wrong on something, then I'm wrong on something. You know, in this window, we've rejected Fernando, 15, 20. Yeah. We've rejected 25 million for Rutter. We've rejected 20 million for Somerville. It's mad. It's insane just how good they're operating, you know? Like, and this is what I mean. While they're rejecting bids for Somerville amounting to 20 million, they're putting 10 million down for O'Reilly. It's mad. It's really, really good, to be honest, how this club have now. Yeah. I'm actually shocked, you know. I can't lie to you. I'm actually shocked, because I'd have thought 20 million was a decent enough price. And if Leeds were skint, as we all thought, then, you know, I thought, you know, yeah, they might accept that. But nah. Someone asked who bid for who offered 25 million. Dortmund, mate. Dortmund offered 25 million that Leeds United rejected out of hand. That was earlier on in the window. That only came out in the last 24 hours. Leon have also been mooted with an interest but can't afford him. So yeah, Scally, you know exactly, Scally. If I'm willing to compliment that guy 1 or 2 times, then I am willing to say I am wrong. You know, yeah, we've bid for O'Reilly 10 million deck. That's been reported by Sky Sports News and a lot of reputable places that we've actually bid for him and it's been rejected. You know, yeah, exactly, Dave. And this is what I hope tomorrow is going to be like as well. That will be live and things will be happening on the fly. Obviously, we get the presser tomorrow as well, so I'll be live for that. I'm going to aim to come a little bit live a little bit later on, just because I really want to hit that target that I've set. Yes, exactly, John. Shows that we are in it for the money. We are in it for the player. How much would you offer for O'Reilly? I don't think they'll go much more than they have, mate, to be honest. We've not allowed ourselves to pay over the odds. If we're being honest, if you'd have asked a Leeds United fan how much they'd have paid for Pirro before we actually got him, a lot of us would have said 15. Yeah, just give them what they want, pay 15. We got it for 10. You know, we got Ampadu for 7, a Snip. As I said, that list of players amounted to the same money that we spent on Brendan fecking Aronson, the Medford Messi, you know, the Medford Messi. Mental, really. Don't think Burnley will come back in as well. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like. Yeah, let's go Niners. It doesn't look like they will. I know that, to be honest as well, what I'll say on Burnley, I think they were everyone's pick, but I think they've done too much business. I genuinely think there's a case that they might have done too much business and therefore there might be too much upheaval at that football club. And they're not stopping, are they? They're not stopping. We've seen Forest be ones that, yeah. We've seen Forest be ones that have shown that you can do it. But even this, I mean, last year's relegation was a mad one. Let's be honest. There was about 9 teams still in with a shout. It won't be like that this year. You'll get 2 teams cut adrift, and then it'll go down to the wire for the last spot. This last season, I don't know. It's a bit of an anomaly. And I think a lot of that was due to the fact that the top teams were shit. So you were actually getting points against the top teams. Normally, you lose against the top teams. And if you pick up the odd win, it's amazing and it does wonders for you. But your games come against the bottom teams. But this season, as we've seen, we beat Chelsea and Liverpool. Liverpool couldn't win away for a period of time, whereas this season, it's going to be back to normal. You'd imagine it'll be back to normal. So I do suspect there'll be teams cut adrift and it'll go back to how it was. And if it was like that last season, Leeds United might have stayed in the division, but unfortunately it wasn't, Parag Marath is getting some, yeah, exactly. And again, I'll apologize, the whole bullshit man was just a bit of tongue-in-cheek TikTok fun anyway, do you know what I mean? But yeah, that might come back to haunt me, mightn't it? Lord Ash, my brother on Twitter, says we'll just reject that as well, mate, in regards to the tweet. I said, because I basically said on the tweet, if we're rejecting this, what will we want for Cine? Run properly now, man. Sorry, 49ers. And Ash says, we'll reject that as well, mate. No one is leaving. They were ready to play the Ipswich game, mate, and the Salford game. I'm 100% confident we keep everyone. If this was Radrazani, then that would have been accepted instantly. And that's the truth of the matter. Let's be honest, Nonto would already be gone. Yeah? Nonto would already be gone. Cree would have gone for 20 million. I'm sorry. They would have taken it because of what they paid for him. Even this shows that we are hamstrung. Because imagine what that does for you in FFP. If you were that behind on FFP, you have 1.5 million buy. That straight away is 18.5 million profit. You're massively in the green. You know what I mean? So it shows as well that, yeah, we ain't mugs. Listen, there's 989 people currently watching. Please smash a like on the video if you haven't already and subscribe to the channel, please. And yeah, if you can, stat pad some of my old videos as well, just to help me try and get that million views for this month. I can't see them live currently on the desktop. I can only see them live on my phone, and my phone I'm using as my camera, so I can't look currently, Liam. But hopefully we'll achieve it. We're not too far away, hopefully. And by midnight tonight, I'll be wounded if I miss by like 50 or something like that. No. 49er spies are listening in the chat. I'm sorry. I am sorry. 49ers tattoo book for tomorrow. No. I wish I had some surplus cash because I go down because I don't mind me like retro-y, basketball, American apparel, let's say. And there's one in the Metro Center. I genuinely would have gone and you'd have seen me on transfer deadline day with a bloody what you call it, American football bloody hat. with 49ers embezzled on the side and a red jersey going, let's go Niners. But listen, it didn't feel like a split from the previous regime. Now it does. And I'm all Niners all the way. What they've done, I didn't think we had I said we don't have the capacity, but we did have the capacity and they've shown us that. And I don't think we're done. This is what I'm saying as well about, let's be honest, I don't think they'll go for a left back. That's what we're hearing from the journos. Or they're going to get two midfielders in. And people are reading Phil Hayes' tweet a different way, and that's fine. I was more positive. It depends on how you look at it. But to see the club then bid for Matt O'Reilly, no one knew about that bid. No one's reported that bid until it was on Sky Sports and it came from the Scotland end. So that tells me that they ain't done yet. They ain't done yet. Because why they're still bidding? Yeah. Do it, AT24. Thank you so much. If you could always. Oh, look at this. Live a few blocks away from the 49ers stadium. People are pissed off Paragi's getting signings in for his little soccer club over the NFL team. Brandon, we want no more heat from the USA men's national team, yeah? I don't want no more heat from any Americans. I love yous, man. Just let's... Even still to this day, I seen a tweet after we got beat by Salford by an American still hung up on Leeds United. Just forget it, man. Like, we love you. You know, what's that? What's the song? Oh, God. I was going to say, God save our King in the dawns of Leela. But I know it's not God save the King. I can't remember what it goes like. I just do that one. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. And that, I know that's not your anthem, but you sing it a lot, don't you? Joe, if we get Europe, you get right. Professor, give me a time frame that's doable and we'll talk about it. Let's have a look. Was worried about us losing Cine. Big up to Matty. He says, but after hearing about the rejection of Somerville, I feel like we'll just do the same with him. By all accounts, from what I'm told, I'm not professing to be ITK, but if you look through the videos this month, we've got a few right and a few wrong. And, you know, I do sometimes in a privileged position where some people do say stuff and sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's right. But I believe Cine's agent, and I believe Cine doesn't want to play second tier. And I understand it. Come on. We understand it. Probably a lot of them don't want to play second. We know Nonto didn't want to play, but they are now because they know they're not going anywhere. I believe Cine's agent will be knocking doors down, or I'm told that that's the case. But it's whether or not anyone's got the capital. Do they have the capacity? Probably not. Let me talk to you. Max saying we're after Solbakken. Apparently he's going to Leon now, bro. Not Leon. Where was he going, folks? Let me know in the chat. It wasn't Leon. It was another club. Someone will mention it. Jill, exactly. Aggressive on outgoings initially, but they couldn't do anything about that. Aggressive on incomings and aggressive on rejections as well. Who's reporting this, bro? I don't see that. Research One, Burnley fan, watches avidly. Big up to him. Says, want to hand over Crescencio, Joe? No, mate. You got to pay the money, and you ain't got the money. Yeah, it's all part of the love in it. We all have a laugh now and again. What's the years in the chat? 35 years, 5 years, 3 years. Oh, that's in question to the tattoo. 35 years. I mean, yeah. If you say 35 years, we're going to get in Europe within that time. I believe that. It has to be something a little bit. In the next 4 years, I'll take that. 1 to get out of the Prem. 1 to get out of the Champ. Maybe 2 if we playoffs. And then, 4 years, I'll take it. You have a bet. If we get Europe in 4 years, I will get a Niners tattoo. Yeah? Not across my face, Nikki. Let's not be stupid now. I'll get it though. I will find a spot. I'll find a spot for it on my arm so you can see it. I'll put it there. Niners. Yeah. Let's have a look. Sinisterra is not for sale. Yep. Exactly. Olympiacos, that was it. Solbacken's going to Olympiacos, apparently. So he's not going to be coming to Leeds United. Let's have a look. Think we go back in for a third bid. I didn't know there was a third bid. I thought we'd only bid the 10 million, or had we bid before that? Have I missed that? Maybe. So there you go. So we might go in for a third bid. If they want him that much, no, I know you weren't all Bob. I know you weren't hating, bro. Masengo in, Trezor in, Daka almost in. So is Masengo the free from Bristol City? Leeds United looked at him. Fair play, fair play. My only thing is research one. I think you've done too much business. I think you've done too much business. Joe B, right, in half what? Half of 4 years? It's not. Okay. So 4 years. If we get Europe in 2, so that means promotion this year and then finishing the European spots the first year we're in the Prem. That is a very hard thing to do, but getting a Just Joe logo tattoo would be brutal as well, if we're being totally honest. So Joe B, he said this now. Yeah, Joe B has said this. I'll get a Niners tattoo if we get it in 4. If we get it in 2, you have to get a Just Joe tattoo, which is this logo right here on your person somewhere. So yeah. How about your rear cheeks? Okay, big up to my man Gabe. He says, "Hey, Joe, who is this club we support? Real signing-ins and a negotiating spine. Tell me about it, bro. Tell me again that they want to go Cardiff." I love you, Gabe. Tell me again they want to go Cardiff. Yeah, man. I love you, man. I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow, mate, throughout the day on deadline day. So if you're about, just drop me a message and I'll send you the link. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of content creators coming on throughout the day tomorrow and see what we can do. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Everyone coming with the "I told you so" on Twitter. Yeah, man. This is what happens when it costs 40 million for Livramento and Lavia, says Scott Bates. That's a good shout, actually, mate. To be fair. Someone said, nah, Rads would have countered with 15 million and a DAZN subscription. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It is good to see. Thanks. Just watching. Yeah, man. We do not be taken for rides anymore. Like our man says, like Farker says, you will not take the piss out of Leeds United no more. And the thing is, right, this is what's really exciting for me. I can't lie. Listen, Everton, all this talk of Everton going back in, they ain't got the money. They genuinely haven't got the money. How have they suddenly got the money? They haven't. So Everton are off the cards. So if someone wants to come for Nonto, it'd have to be a Palace, a West Ham, or someone of that, further up the table that actually have capital. Everton don't have it. Nikki says, this is just owed. Always pay my rent, though. Big up to Nikki Heno. Thank you so much for your support, mate. It means a lot. So thank you. Yeah, so Palace have got money. Palace will have money. There's other football teams that have the money. Everton don't have 35 million to be splashing out. Definitely not. There's a good point by Matt Leeds. Says, wish we had these in charge when we sold Calvin and Raf. But anyway, Daniel Farker, when Parag said, we believe he's a great coach, great manager, he just never was given the tools, right, in the Prem, which he wasn't. They spent 5 million first year. Next season, they went up. I think they spent about 20, but that was all Buendia money. Wasn't capital thrown in on top. So they've given him the tools and more in the Championship. Let's be real. This team's better than our Premier League team. It is, no cap. It is better, right? So imagine when we get promoted, what they'll do. It's a madness. It's a madness. Like, in goal, we've got 2 top keepers. Put your agenda against Melier's side. I know he's conceded a lot, but that's not all down to him. He's a good keeper. We've got two great keepers. We've now got one great left back, one good left back at this level. Yeah. On the left-hand side, you have that's where the issue. Left-hand side, we can't go there yet. At the minute, we've got Shackleton, we've got Firpo, and we've got Byram. So that's a worry, yeah? At centre-back, though, you've got Rodon, Strauch, Creswell, Cooper. 4 solid options, specifically at this level. Needs improving if we go up. In midfield now, yeah, you've got Ampadu, you've got Gray, you've got Kamara, and you've got Gruev. Solid as a rock. Okay, you might need someone in that 10. Can Kamara play there? I'm not sure. I think if we don't buy anyone, it'll be Somerville. But in the forward line, yeah, you've got Pirro, you've got Bamford, you've got Joseph. Again, he's not fit a lot, but even at this level, he's good enough, right? He's not your starting, but off the bench, Bamford's more than enough. I know you'll get angry at me saying that, but it's true. In the wing areas, yeah, you've got Nonto, Somerville, Cini, James. That there, it's unreal. Mental how strong it is right now. Gruev said he could play an 8. Let's have a little chat about Gruev. We got sidetracked with that Somerville bid, didn't we? My apologies. But yeah, it's so good to see Leeds United just be run like a proper football club, you know. Because for us to reject that from Burnley, I think it's bold, you know. I genuinely think it's bold, and it also says to the lads, you ain't going nowhere. And the thing is, they ain't got time now to be kicking up a fuss because the window closes tomorrow. So there's no time of this like, oh, I'm not going to play against Chef Wednesday. You're done. Do you know what I mean? You're done. So yeah, that's a huge positive. Now, let me bring up the Gruev article from Leeds United. So midfielder completes move. So I know this is old news now, and it will be fast paced, but I couldn't do it. My reaction to the news straight off the bat, but Leeds United are delighted to announce the signing of Ilia Gruev from Bundesliga side Werder Bremen, subject to international clearance. Let's not forget as well, Daniel Farke knows this division. He knows this division, yeah? And we've got a player there who's playing for a decent side in the Bundesliga in Werder Bremen, yeah? I've been live for 38 minutes, Damar. I don't know what happens sometimes with these notifications. He's 23-year-old as well. This is important. Great age profile for us. 23-year-old defensive midfielder joins the Whites in a permanent transfer for an undisclosed fee. A Bulgarian international. Gruev has penned a 4-year contract to Ellen Road running until the summer of 2027. Coming through the ranks with Bremen, he went on to make his senior debut for the club in December 2020 in a 3-0 victory over Hanover in the German Cup. He went on to establish himself in the side during the 21-22 campaign, making 26 appearances to help Werder win promotion from Bundesliga 2. Last season, on the club's return to the German top flight, Gruev played a key part in the team as Bremen avoided relegation with a 13th place finish. And he now departs the Weser Stadium, having amassed 62 appearances in all competitions, with his final appearance coming in last weekend's game against Freiburg. This also, he might get thrown straight in, you know. He literally might get thrown straight in because we've seen the same happen with the other players. They got thrown straight in. So he could throw straight in and you might have Gruev and Ampadu. Then you're dropping Gray. So I'm not too sure about that. But we'll have to wait and see how this team's gonna line up. After representing Bulgaria under 17 to under 21 level, he received his first full cap for Bulgaria in 22 and has gone on to receive a total of 8 caps to date. And he is now our 7th signing of the summer, following the arrivals of Ampadu, Byram, Darlow, Pirro, Rodon, and Jed Spence. Obviously, a lot of us don't know much about him, myself included. Where do you rate him? Where do you rate him in the levels of signings? Let me know in the chat. I think a lot of people's will be Ampadu and then maybe Pirro. you have to give it Ampadu because the amount of games we've seen him and what a revelation he's been. But where does he rank for you in the level of signings? Obviously, Darlow probably at the bottom, then Byram, and then Rodon, because the defenders, goalkeepers, But where does he rank? I guess we'd have to see him first of all. Don't worry, on September the 2nd, no, that's when we play. Probably September, or probably the Monday, I'll find a spot for it because it's going to be quite busy. Because obviously we play Saturday and then we'll have final word, etc. But we'll have a rundown of ranking the transfer window in terms of on a scale of 1 to 10, to see. So we will do that. Joe, can we all pinch in and get you and Andrea to a game, live commentary and all the coverage at Ellen Road is Moke? Yeah, it's not the best, is it? No. Our time will come. Our time will come. Big up to Joe Blackburn. Evening all. How we doing? Last Word FC. I think he's doing some streams tomorrow on deadline day. Make sure you check him out. Radaby Forever says, saw clips of him earlier. Looks a standard DM. Decent at tackles, can spray passes left and right, but doesn't look anything special. Yeah, but this is the thing, isn't it? It's hard to make DMs look amazing. It's hard to make them look amazing. But what I will say, there was an absolutely fantastic thread put up earlier on by Ben Mattison, and I want you all to go on over and check. Go check his Twitter out. He's also done one on Kamara, which we'll take a look at as well. So big shout out Ben Mattison if you're in the chat watching, pal. And I'll give you what his thoughts his thoughts on this signing, because as I said earlier, it's hard to make a DM look exciting, but this is a great review by Ben. Obviously, nationality Bulgarian, can play in the 6 and the 8, preferred foot left. Strengths are passing, anticipation, tackling, and athleticism. His development areas are aerial duels, weak foot usage, and strength. So he goes on to say, Gruev, that's just an introduction. He says here he can play as either a 6 or an 8 and is defensively active midfielder with 2.39 tackles per 90, and he adds some steel to the midfield. 58.3% of dribbles tackled, which is in the top 10 percentile, and 0.61 challenges lost, which is in the top 9%. I'm not sure if that's across Europe's top 5 leagues, according to FB Ref. Maybe Ben can tell us in the chat, or it's in the Bundesliga. But it is up there with the best in that area. Gruev has great passing ability. Not only is he press resistant, which I love a player to be. Adam Forshaw's a perfect example of someone who could just do a little pirouette and he's out of trouble. He's secure on the ball, but he's great at progressing play to the more creative midfielders, which is what we want. Ideally, if we can get an O'Reilly, or it'll go out to one of our wingers. He's left-footed as well, which is going to mean he can get balls in for a Cine, who might be running in behind his fullback, for example, that we've seen. Salford's, if you think about that player that ran in behind Hjelde, it's that sort of pass through that space. I mean, Hjelde, I guess it's not a great example because he's all over the shop defensively, but it is what it is. So he's great at passing it to the creative midfielders via his line-cutting passes. This ability allows teams to bypass the opponent's pressing defensive structure to evade space. A pass success of 85.5% is also very solid for a team who are possession heavy. Obviously, we're going to be possession heavy, so hopefully that will be higher. This will be key for Leeds as he signs as their midfield lacks depth of controllers. Also, Gruev reads the game well as he has top spatial, I like that word, spatial, awareness that helps him to make interceptions. Importantly, with Gruev's passing, is he looks to pass forward as much as possible. His accuracy of forward passes is amongst some of the best in his age group. We actually have a look for him here. This is awesome, by the way. Let's have a look. Can we find him on here? Accurate forward passing, interceptions per 90. Where is he? Can we find Gruev? I'm trying to have a look. Oh, he's there, look. He's there. But we've checked Decore, Conor Gallagher, Jude Bellingham, Romeo Lavia, Kayusta, who we were linked with in the past as well. Look at Chouameni. Chouameni right up there with the interceptions. But yeah, he's up there along there, with some ballers, it has to be said. Now, of course, there's different levels of leagues you're in, etc. But that's good to see. An area for improvement, and he talks about aerial duels, strength, etc. But for the purpose of this, we don't want to be looking at his negatives, do we? Let's just look at his positives. But that's a fantastic thread by Ben Mattison. So big up to him. Chilled Scotty 82 says Gruev is a top addition to this squad, played at a high level and will slot in when Gray or Ampadu need to be rested. Don't be surprised to see him and Ampadu play, mate, and Archie to come out. So yeah, I think that would happen. Defiant Zebra 889, happy birthday to you for tomorrow, my man. Yeah, Jamie, that's all he has to do as a defensive midfielder. Exactly, it's his job. It's his job. Feel like Gray starts and Gruev. I just can't see Gruev coming in to be a sub bench. But we said that about Darlow, and it looks like that's going to be the case for Darlow, doesn't it? If we're being totally honest, I do just want to look at Ben Mattison's stats. I'm just checking. There you go. Look, Sheffield United confirmed Luke Thomas has joined from Leicester on a season-long loan. I know that's hours ago, but it says Leeds also tried, but Leeds didn't want to send Thomas to a championship rival because they were scared, man. They were scared. Full Jesse Marsh vibes. They're scared, man. There we go. We have an announcement about to happen, I think, because Glenn Kamara has just signed as a new Leeds United player 40 seconds ago from Fabrizio Romano, which normally means Fabrizio likes to break the non-disclosure agreements, which means we could see an announcement at past. This is what he likes to do, right? The NDAs, the non-disclosure agreements, or what they called? I forgot what they're called. Not NDAs. But, blackout. I don't know. But Glenn Kamara has just signed as a new Leeds United player. So expect there to be an announcement maybe at past. We might as well stick around for that because it looks like Glenn Kamara might be on his way to Leeds. Well, we know he's on his way. But will the official announcement come in 5 minutes? Potentially, because this is what he likes to do. I can't lie to you. It's a known thing that he likes to go a little bit early. Embargo. That's the one, embargo. It might not be. Maybe he's just got contact from Kamara's agent who says, yeah, we've finally signed the contracts and we still need to do everything else. But the fact that it was originally mooted since this morning, I think for me, that means we might get an announcement. Professor, what did I say, brother? And people say I chat shit. Ha ha ha. I'm ITK, says Damar. Yeah. Here we go. Same as James Tyree. We might as well sit in situ. While we do that, though, while we wait for the inevitable tweet that might come from Leeds, if it doesn't, then I did think it'd be tonight. I know a few people said in the morning, but Sunderland have received an offer totaling 5 million from Southampton for winger Patrick Roberts, previously at Celtic and Manchester City. What's his face has gone Southampton as well, Annie? What's he called? Stewart, the striker. Mark. I did, Dan. I told this morning. I told them this morning. I do, Damar. Yes, this is the point, isn't it, Alfonso? They're getting all that out of the way. This is what I was saying earlier, so that tomorrow they can just go, boom, be ready to move. When Ross Stewart, that's it. Ross Stewart's going Southampton. I said first thing this morning, dinner. It's almost as if I might have known that 2 were coming in today. There you go. You knew where. Daniel Ager says, Joe, you must come to Ellen Road by Christmas. I think Connor, Gabe, Jer, and Kate will agree and enjoy you there. Cheers, mate. I do have a season ticket, Daniel. But I want to make this my first timey job. So thank you though, Daniel, for your continued support as always. Vondelus, someone is going. I don't agree. Why? When we've already rejected 20 million for Somerville and probably told them don't come back. I'm not sure. If Forest lost Brennan Johnson might be on his way to Spurs or Brentford, perhaps. Can see at least one tomorrow if Kamara signs today. Well, he's done, innit? I think he signs tonight and we might get some tomorrow. I think Kamara did a charity walk with the Proclaimers to Ellen Road. It took that long. Yeah. Let's have a look. Hi, Joe, mate. Curious, would you take Pencil and O'Reilly if we sold Cine early tomorrow? No, I don't want Cine to go because in this division he kills it. Anyone coming in, it's a risk. Whereas we know Cine will kill it, so I wouldn't know. Not personally. We do need a left back, Louis. We do need a left back. Joining Saints on loan. I've seen that as well. No crack with City. He's going nowhere, Britbot. He's going nowhere. If he is going to go, it's going to take about 40 million, I'd imagine. The fact they've rejected 20 from for Somerville. Are we getting anything from the club, folks? Let's have a look. Squareball said, didn't see this one coming, to be honest. That was 43 seconds ago in regards to Glenn Kamara. But I just think, yeah, I think we might get an official. No, a minute. They'd have tweeted us, wouldn't they? Maybe it's not going to happen. Will we get a tweet in a minute? Because we got the thingy tweet, didn't we? The Minions. We got a Minions tweet, so it might be 9 o'clock yet. Maybe. Do I think we're short of a sit? No, I think we're all right at centre back, Magnus. Unless one got injured, then I would worry. But at least Luke Ayling can go there. At least Luke Ayling can go there. And I know people don't want to hear that, but it is what it is. But look, Kamara signing imminent. I think it comes tonight, personally. I don't think it waits till the morning. I think it comes tonight, at which point we can then, go back on with my man Ben Mattison, and we can have a look at what he's had to say about Glenn Kamara. But it looks like it might be a 9 o'clocker. So what I'm going to do is head off now, and obviously, if that comes at 9 o'clock, we can jump back on, because that'll help me achieve my target. You know, the target that I'm talking about. So if I just stay here, then it won't reflect. Do you know what I mean? So let's try and achieve that target, peeps. We're getting so close. Thanks as always for your support throughout. I can't wait for a long lie down after this window's done. But yeah, please smash a like on the video and pay your rent. Please do subscribe to the channel, get your notifications on and all that jazz. And I'll probably see you T-minus 35 minutes or so. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Peace out and love you all, man. Thanks.